is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the number one source of all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your host, one half of your host, Boney the Brain Heenan. And guys, it's Tuesday. I know what day it is, but this is the new home. Of course, joining with me as each and every week, the one and the only MVP of the tavern, Marco. What's up, brother?
Nothing much, man. This is a fresh start. It's like a new season. Open up a new season of the RAWDOWN.
Hit the reset button, maybe.
Yeah,
exciting. I'm excited. Like you said, reset, and it's just I don't know. Like I've always loved. I was obviously doing the RAWDOWN. We were just talking kind of text, but I'm just like excited, rejuvenized to get this thing rolling and
yeah, buddy.
Let everybody hear the gospel of Marco and J-Bone, at least in the WWE world. Yeah. So if this is the first time you've watching us, of course, we're right now live on YouTube. We do a WWE show each and every week. This will be our new time slot on the turnbuckletavern.com. So make sure you follow us and watch us each and every week. But Marco, we do a little thing here.
Yeah.
Where we crown a champion after a pay-per-view. We do our picks. And you can make sure you buy your I'm a RAWDOWN champion over there at the Turnbuckle Tavern.com. And we do battle over this title. It's a very prestigious title. So I guess it's time to hit it. The crowning ceremony.
And now, the RAWDOWN presents the crowning ceremony for the RAWDOWN Championship.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Own version of the Triple B. Okay, yes, I know it's purple, it's not Burberry, but it's my Triple B. I am your new RAWDOWN champion. Wait, what's that? Hold on.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah and amen.
That's funny.
Sorry, Marco, but you did lose the predictions champion. We'll get into everything Crown Jewel, but
I had a good run. It was how long did I have it for? Like since SummerSlam?
Yes, I think so. I think that's when you won with SummerSlam. So
yeah, man. Wow. I mean, it's all good things come to an end, but I am still your Money in the Bank.
It's true.
Your Money in the Bank. So because that belt might be back.
You can roll me up, schoolboy me at any time.
I'll use a small package.
Yeah, use a small package. But you better not sunset flip me. I'll tell you that. I will block that.
Oh my god!
I got the legs of a mongoose. Okay, I don't even know if that makes sense, but you don't want to sunset flip me. I'll give you that little heads up there, Marco. Anyway, yeah. So again, I'm the RAWDOWN champion, but we'll get into Crown Jewel and everything surrounding Crown Jewel. Post Crown Jewel, we got Survivor Series coming up. We'll talk about that as well too. But let's go ahead and get right now we're in the middle of actually NXT, but some big news hit NXT. So let's go ahead and get to our NXT report.
Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters. Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and busters.
Oh man, I got something in my nose. Sorry. Oh man. Yikes. So let's obviously we're the WWE show, but let's rewind. It was I believe 2 weeks ago. NWA. Of course, owned run by Billy Corgan.
Yep.
They, at one time very thriving promotion. Mr. LA Knight was key feature on that show.
Yep.
So was Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston. A lot of very big names kind of came out of the NWA during that initial run. They had a pay-per-view about 2 weeks ago. I did not watch the pay-per-view. To be honest with you, really, Nick Aldis, of course, SmackDown general manager, former NWA champion, no longer there with WWE. I think right around that time, that's when I kind of dropped off of NWA personally. But, man. So if you remember Father James Mitchell, Sinister Minister, what was he in WCW? He was something else, James something in WCW. He managed Wrath and bunch of other guys. Abyss, of course, in TNA. A bunch of other guys was in ECW. Known for his edginess, shall we say. Did a spot, a random spot that had nothing to do really with the show so much, where him and some ladies of the night were doing illicit drugs. Now, before all this, or around this time, Billy Corgan announced that they had a TV deal with CW.
Yes.
And the CW, that was big news, really, really big news. And the CW saw this, supposedly. It doesn't have the warm, fuzzy feelings. And we kind of saw that over the weekend. I actually talked about it on the podcast. My podcast, that came out actually this morning. But the big news came out today on Tuesday afternoon, that CW Network and NXT are joining forces.
Yep.
What was your initial response to this when you saw this?
What's funny? I didn't know about the NWA stuff that happened. I thought it was, more or less because of what's happening with USA and all that stuff. And Raw not going to be on USA, and that they're also shopping Raw around for a home and stuff like that. So I just figured it was, since Raw's not going to be on it, and NXT's probably not going to be on it as well. So that's what I thought it was. It's the home for NXT. I didn't know I didn't even know that previous story, and that makes total sense, because if you are an executive and you are going to you want to get into the wrestling business, and it's big money. You see AEW doing things. You see obviously WWE's a global leader in wrestling right now. As much as people hate the fact that it just is. I mean, that's the world we live in. But you want to see, and then you compare the two shows, NXT to NWA, and then you see that. I mean, it's one thing to and this is where it always gets tricky and stuff. Obviously, we're not business majors in wrestling. We don't know the wrestling business. We never,
speak for yourself, pal.
I like to preface that by saying these are all pretty much opinions. But if you think about it, they don't call it the wrestling business for a reason. And I think Matt Cardona said it recently. I think he was on Swerve's podcast, and he said it's not the wrestling friendship, it's called the wrestling business.
Nobody is bigger than this business.
Exactly. So you're getting on a network that has sponsorships, that has all that stuff. You can't have that.
No.
I mean, obviously you can, if you want to appease your core audience, you're the fan, but I don't want to diminish their viewership, the thousands of people that are watching NWA.
Thousands.
They go, oh my God, that's great. They're doing drugs and stuff like that. But if you're trying to grow your business, that's probably not the image you want to
do.
You want to give. No, I think as much as people want to crap on WWE, I think they gave a great blueprint on how to work a TV deal and how to create relationships with TV companies and film companies and advertisers and stuff like that. As much as people want to poo-poo Vince McMahon and what he's done, he set the pace for all these people to do, and he gave you the blueprint.
I was actually thinking about that today when about to come on. As much crap as I give Vince McMahon, especially more recently. I mean, it's pretty clear, his business acumen is superior than any other wrestling promoter of all time.
Yeah.
Clearly, because I mean, look just what happened. I mean, to do this, you have to be. This could possibly be one of the biggest boneheaded moves that
Yeah.
any wrestling promotion has ever done. I'm just kind of in awe. And, at the time I was like, yeah, I was like, I saw that. I was like, it's silly, but stupid. But honestly, like for me, like, I'll watch movies, where they do, have like drug scenes and whatever,
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I got toys behind me, I'm an adult. But for me, I was like, okay, but after kind of thinking about it, with all this coming out about the CW, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't really the smartest move.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. Anyways, yep. Tyson's in the chat. Oh yeah, you said y'all are going live Tuesday going forward. Yep, we're here, pal.
And we were on time too.
And we're on time. Where were you at, Tyson?
Yeah, late.
Late.
Yeah, to me, it's like going in an interview and like, showing your resume, and your resume has like all these like great like things like great job descriptions,
Right.
and then one of them is, drug dealer or something like that, or like, or you just walk into the interview with the freaking shirt. Like
what were you doing between the years 2016 and 2018?
Yeah, it's like you can do like if you can do that stuff, but you want to like if you're presenting yourself and you're trying to get a deal or whatever, a job, like you want to like clean yourself up first. Then when you get in the job, you might mess up a little bit. But
you might do a little coke. It's fine.
Yeah, you might do a little coke, and that's fine. You get a reprimanded, and then you move on. So like, I don't know. I think I'm not sure who okayed that.
Yeah,
like it would have to have been okayed by somebody.
It's got to be Bill. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, but so let's talk about this real quick, and I don't want to drive this too much. So, this is huge for NXT. Obviously, big deal. Kind of honestly, for me personally, I've always not been a fan, but last couple of weeks they've got my attention.
Yeah,
they definitely have. Their shows are getting a lot better, and I've been digging what they've been putting down. But this says a lot. I mean, does this make NXT the official third brand?
Yeah, if they're getting picked up by obviously CW's more of a it's technically a basic cable like network. Like it's not like it's everywhere. It's like
you can catch that over the air, I believe.
Yeah, like anyway, you don't have to like go like get a cable service provider to get it. It's literally everywhere. So like, I mean, that's huge. I would call it the next third brand, if anything, out of those two. It's on a reputable network now, essentially, and it's like what next year they said 2024.
Yeah, September. It's right. It's right when SmackDown's going back to USA.
Yeah, so I wonder. Yeah. I mean, that's huge, man. And I like the fact that everything's separated too. Like you kind of like each brand. Hopefully, is going to be on their own. Like kind of like how Raw was on USA, SmackDown was on Fox, and then NXT was still on USA. Putting it on a different network definitely, I think, it gives it a boost of a like XP boost if you want to go video game.
And what's cool? So kind of friend of the show, Scott Johnson, who hosts Going Ringside. I've been on his podcast. We've had he's been on Turnbuckle Tavern, the debate show. Great guy, and he's a news anchor for News 4 Jax out there in Jacksonville, and they're affiliates. I mean, and he was pumped about it. I kind of talked to him. So
yeah,
I mean they get WWE television on their station. Like that's the thing. It's a branded WWE branded show.
It's true. Yeah,
huge.
The funny thing too is like I kind of forget like bringing this up, but like even watching like SmackDown on Friday nights, like you'll get the the local because it's on here. It's Boston 25 is the name of the channel, and like you'll get like the news because they're the lead-in for the 10 o'clock news, and they'll be talking stuff. And the weatherman is like a WWE fan. He ended like every time they're around here, he interviews like pretty much everybody. But like he'll do the lead and he'll like talk about the weather and it'll be like, oh, right after SmackDown. It's like, holy shit. It's like it doesn't like occur to me, but yeah, it's like literally you don't have to pay for it. It's accessible anywhere. So like you can just get it, an HD antenna, plug it in your TV, and you have NXT.
And NXT could, depending on what happens with Raw, they could be leading, this quote unquote ratings war, I guess, if you want to talk about that. I mean, like, even within their own inter-brand, deal.
Yeah.
With this, because with SmackDown going back to USA, it's going back to cable. I don't know, man. This could be interesting. Now, CW or WWE picking up CW, does that affect the wrestling business as a whole, or does that maybe pop up other opportunities? Maybe if NWA finds something else, another home. I can't imagine they're going to be with CW still after this. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, from what I saw, Billy Corgan, he's kind of saying like, oh no, it wasn't the spot, and he's kind of dismissing it, and he's still, I think it's kind of being naive, but he kind of still believes they're going to be on NWA, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But does this affect like your TNAs, your NWAs, your other, maybe a GCW getting a big TV channel to support them?
I don't think so. I think, like I said, if anything, you learn from WWE, and it kind of like sets a blueprint. Like obviously, NXT isn't the big brand out of all three of them. They're kind of like if you want to say the NWA of those of WWE essentially. So I think it. I mean, I think they could still score a deal at some point. I think what would have to happen is NXT would have to be like the one to pretty much prove that, maybe CW will take on another, wrestling show, put it on another like a Saturday night, or
they were doing women's of wrestling, so you never know.
Yeah. So it's I don't think it hinders. I don't think WWE, being on. I think it helps, if anything.
Okay.
It helps. Other anyone that's looking for a TV deal, which I don't know many wrestling organizations that are just NWA right now. I'm not sure if like GCW is looking for a TV deal at any point, but I think it definitely helps, and it helps because it's a developmental brand. It's not like the primetime, SmackDown or Raw, so it gives those those indie organizations, stuff like that, some type of hope. I wish you would see more of that. I wish you would definitely see like more, local indie organizations try to get local, deals, something.
Yeah.
Not public access, but
it was
get on a channel 7 or channel 6 or one of those basic.
It was being
channels.
suspected that the NWA was going to use like CW's network to bring in affiliates. I think I want to say Beyond Wrestling was one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
They were going to be like an NWA affiliate, so then they were going to use the CW to put on Beyond Wrestling shows locally. That's in the Northeast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was being discussed. So you were kind of going, I say back in a good way.
Yeah.
Kind of to the territory systems where you would have your local feds, putting on TV shows. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You kind of seen WWE doing that with the network when they picked up WXW,
right.
Well, the other, I forget all the other
ICW.
They're still on obviously on Peacock now, but you could see they were doing that with the network, and obviously before the deal went through with Peacock and stuff like that. But you could see WWE was gonna I think at some point they were just gonna start buying or partnering up with different indie organizations and then putting them on the network. And that would be like the a wrestling network with all you can watch your old school stuff. You can watch all the old territory things. You can watch, any new indie wrestling organizations, stuff like that. So, but obviously that didn't happen. But I think it could still happen though. I don't think it's all. I don't think all is lost with that NWA deal. I think they can still find a home.
I mean, I'm excited for NXT, but at the same time, I want other companies to flourish. So I don't know. It does make me a tad bit concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, I think TNA needs to find a new home. Access TV is not where it's at.
Yeah.
They just don't have the coverage. I was kind of thinking, like, as I was talking about this, I recorded last night. I was kind of thinking, floating the idea out there that, if CW were to pull this deal from NWA, that maybe TNA could get in there. But
Yeah.
that's it. It just completely shocked me. It kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, man. But it just shows the power that WWE has, the money, the influence, everything.
You mean the power of TKO?
TKO,
not really WWE anymore. TKO is making those moves nowadays. So,
yeah,
you forget.
Yeah.
I definitely forgot when I watched Crown Jewel, because they definitely did some budget cuts for that Crown Jewel compared to the other ones.
We'll get into it. Actually, let's go ahead and let's look it up. Let's go to Collar and Bill.
Collar and elbow.
Crown Jewel. Interesting show.
Yeah.
Not the best.
No.
Little disappointed with it.
Yep.
I don't know where we want to begin. I guess we could start. We'll go chronologically just real quick, and we'll just kind of hit the highlights. But, I guess you could start with the pre-show, Sammy versus J.D. McDonough. Called J.D. McDonough.
Yeah, that's
at 999-6969. You got me so thinly, I'm gonna call J.D. McDonough.
That's right. The ambulance chaser, J.D. McDonough.
I'm a tough Texan lawyer, J.D. McDonough.
Oh man,
the Texas Hammer, J.D. McDonough.
And you know what's funny? I was actually just thinking. I was like, J.D. McDonough is Jordan Devlin.
Right.
It's like the J.D. is Jordan Devlin, which I'm an idiot. Didn't
Horrible
think of.
name.
Yeah, but I like the match. Like I
Fine.
said, I enjoy him as much as I make fun of him and we make fun of him. I actually enjoy him in ring because he has that like British strong style type of wrestling in the ring. Did you see his side? It was like freaking looked like, oh my god, dude! I don't even know what the hell it was like. Looked like cranberry, like someone like smeared cranberry sauce on his ribs. I don't even know what that was from. Did you see how that happened?
He's just a tiny guy. He gets bruised easily. Okay,
it was bad. It was like freaking like his whole rib cage was just all red and like.
He better get ready because he's got War Games coming up.
Yeah, that is very true. You better get that frail body into fighting shape. But yeah,
might want to get some meat on them bones, there, kid.
No, I enjoyed it. I like the I always like when Sammy, he's back and he can actually do these shows now. And the crowd reception that he gets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, I like the match. It could have easily been a Raw match, but
it probably has been. I don't
think they ever face each other.
Okay,
that I remember anyway. But
I'm just so over this whole Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and we'll get into it a little bit later on. Next match, I believe, was the women's 5-way.
Yeah, was it? Was that the opening match?
Oh,
no, the opening match was Seth and Drew.
I'm sorry, yeah, Seth and Drew, which is probably the match of the night.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
It's really great. I mean, it did set a good tone. I was like, oh, okay, and it all went downhill from there.
Yeah.
But
were you surprised not seeing Drew? I honestly thought Drew was going to win because obviously the whole he didn't re-sign yet. So obviously I'm talking without knowing anything. Kind of leads me to believe that might not be seeing any
Drew Galloway to AEW.
might be happening. It's kind of sad, but Rhea, they showed a clip of him sitting down in the back. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It was her making her way out to the her match, and she he's sitting there like with his head down, and then she looks at him and just shrugs her shoulders and just walks off like, hey, you should have You should have went with me. You should have. But maybe this is where
It
you
could
know.
be, yeah, could be some storytelling here. Pal.
Yeah. So we won't poo poo it, but I was very surprised that he lost. I thought he was definitely going to win, but it's Triple H's WWE now. So his
right.
NXT kids are gonna reign and have long reigns with those titles.
Yeah.
That's my prediction anyway.
Well, I feel like Drew really hasn't been utilized ever since WrestleMania 37. Honestly, when he lost to Bobby Lashley there in that opening match, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win the title back.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's just been like disappointing outcomes. Like what are we doing with Drew here? Like it feels like they have no clue what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
Of course, Damian Priest tries to do the cash in, that gets failed.
Sammy steals his
Sammy steals it right
away with it.
Yeah, whatever. I'm tired of these. Oh, he's gonna cash in. Just do it already.
Yeah,
gone. Just hurry up and lose it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like he is gonna successfully cash it in when he does. I don't know why.
I think it's the other way right now, but
you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been reading a lot of reports about like how they like, really.
What do they see in this clown? Like,
I'm not sure who it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Seth. I think
he had
off of Seth.
He had a great performance against Bad Bunny. That was one freaking match.
Yeah,
one match.
I guess obviously probably like we don't see backstage, but probably like backstage attitude's probably really good. Like, does what he's told. Goes out there, performs, does his thing.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Trips. Let me see that butt so I can kiss it. Oh, you're the best ever. You have the best finisher of all time.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean that's what it probably is like. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Mr. Priest. But after that, what was that? What was after that match? Was it the?
Was it the
women's?
It was a women's match.
I thought. I mean, it was fine. It was action packed. Fast paced.
Good match, but not really enough meat on the bone for me.
Yeah.
Rhea, of course, retains. So I don't know.
Pretty cool spots.
Not much really else to say about that.
No.
I mean, than that, really, to be honest with you, is nothing else. I guess maybe, I mean, who do we see Rhea dropping this to? It's got to be Jade, huh? Eventually.
Probably.
Set up for Jade to win.
Yeah.
That's what, kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Jade's a front runner for Royal Rumble.
Probably.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I can see that, definitely. I mean, obviously, it's not, we'll talk about it, obviously, but, Zoe Stark, last night on Raw, she won the Battle Royal, so she's moving on to face Rhea Ripley.
I like Zoe.
I like Zoe too, so. Little different. It's we always want like different competitors and stuff like that. So it's a different.
It's good.
Different pace for Rhea.
Just give me some story with it though.
Yeah.
I mean the only problem is Zoe's like a tweener, Rhea's like a tweener. Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Give Zoe some more. Like either make her go full baby or full heel, and vice versa with Rhea.
Yeah.
I mean obviously like I think Rhea leans more on the heel side, but she got a big, huge fan following as well too.
Lots of dudes.
A lot of dudes.
A lot of ladies too as well. So
a good bit of ladies, yeah. But lots of dudes. It's glizzy season when Rhea's around.
She knows too, man. If you follow her on social media, she definitely plays it up a little bit.
She knows what she's doing. Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. Next match, I believe, was Cena versus Solo. I don't have the card right in front of me exactly. Was that the next match?
Solo, or was it?
Let me pull it up real quick.
Was it Logan and Ray?
No, I think Logan and Ray was a little bit later on. Let me shoot it. I should have known better not to do it on here, but I'm pretty sure it was Cena Solo. Well, let's just go ahead and talk about it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Man, kind of. I mean, I had predicted John Cena to win, but
Yeah.
I didn't predict him to get squashed.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked. Huh?
Yeah.
Multiple Samoan spikes to the throat. Man, is this it? Is this the end of
I think
Cena until
this is gonna be a good bit. I think I doubt he makes his WrestleMania appearance.
yeah.
I think this is gonna be good for a solid minute.
Better
at least a year or so.
Definitely a better match than his match with Theory. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Way better. Well, I mean, yeah, just comparing the two, way better match.
Like better for his opponent, you know.
Yeah, seen more effort
agree.
from both guys.
I agree.
You know, it did, you know, not that there wasn't, you know, any effort. I mean, yeah, it was kind of like a squash match almost with Theory, but this one was more of like, you know, it seemed like he tried. Like he was trying to win. He was actually trying to, like, you know, defeat Solo, but obviously, you know, came up short.
Right.
He holds a lot of L's in the bloodline. Someone posted a meme of he's lost to Solo, Roman, Rikishi, The Rock, and Umaga.
Oh man.
Yeah. He has not defeated any bloodline members.
You and I watched Cena versus Umaga on Coming Down the Aisle.
Umaga as
Umaga
as
Royal Ringo would say. That first match with him and Umaga was was pretty dicey, man.
Oh man, yeah. I think did we watch that? I think we watched. We watched that on
Coming Down the Aisle. Yeah,
that was freaking. Woo.
Yeah.
Umaga was a dangerous human being.
Umaga.
All right, R.I.P. Umaga. But yeah, man. We'll see what happens if he makes an appearance on SmackDown and says, you know, that was it, or if he can even talk because he got repeatedly stabbed in the throat, pretty much.
It'd be great if he came out with like a bruise right here.
He comes out with a cane talking thing.
Yeah.
Sucker.
You can't see me and I can't talk. All right. Next match. Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio to become the brand new United States champion. Both of us predicted this one.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to see that this was going to be the case.
Yeah.
Hated the finish. Hated it.
Yeah.
I thought it made Santos Escobar look completely dumb.
Yeah.
In this.
I told you that he's in a heel turn. I think he's
well, if that's the case, that's fine. But
yeah,
it made him look stupid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Like they're kind of teasing it a little bit because he kind of, if anything, you put the brass knucks in your pocket and walk away.
You don't put it on the
back
apron.
in the ring. Yeah, why would he do that?
Why would you do that? What are you doing, Santos?
And not even like give the plea like, hey, Ray, look, I'm putting it here for you. It's just like, you know, I'm gonna put it here and let's run off.
Oh, I'm gonna get this guy. Let me put this right here.
Yeah,
put this foreign object right here.
Yeah. Foreign object. Yeah. I like the match though. The match was man, that Logan Paul kid, dude. Wow.
He's good. I mean, there was some dicey moments in there.
That sunset flip. What was it? It was like on the turnbuckle. It was like it was like a sunset flip power slam.
Yeah,
move was pretty impressive, dude.
That was impressive.
Then
they had that
broke his neck.
Yeah, Ray did that somersault backflip and
yeah.
Luckily, Logan was like
he caught the shit out of that dude, man.
He grabbed him.
Superhero act. He's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because Ray almost died right there.
Yeah, Ray almost was paralyzed for a little bit.
And then
damn head. What? But no, he spike me on my damn head. What?
Guess what, Austin? I'm gonna do it again because I am the Blackheart. Woo!
I'm gonna take your neck from under your neck.
I'm gonna kick your leg out of your leg.
But yeah, no, it's I like I said, I like the match. I thought it was decent. Logan Paul continues to impress.
Yeah,
in his
solid
in his matches. I mean,
but
Eric Bischoff was giving him all the praise in the world.
Of course he was, but I have to say though, the ending really bummed me out. Like not
Yeah.
because Logan won, but just the way it went down. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Now that's a good point what you're saying. If it is a heel turn, but they have to be able to tease that back because then you're just making Santos look dumb.
Yeah, they have to call him out on SmackDown. Maybe like Ray goes, "What the hell was that? Why?"
Yeah.
Nothing has to happen there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was actually I thought maybe this could be match of the night. Probably my least favorite match.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it could have been. It had the potential to be. Definitely.
Jesus Christ! I think maybe we need a little work there.
He's talking about that spot, dude, where Ray almost landed on his head.
Yeah. Let's see. Next match. Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair thanks to the returning Kairi Sane.
Love it.
One I didn't see. I was not a fan of this.
No,
not a fan.
Yeah, I wish they kind of like. Obviously, they want to keep stuff a secret, but the last person to beat the shit out of Kairi Sane and send her packing was Bailey. That's why Bailey had that that look of like horror on her face. If you go back during like the pandemic when she was like on her way out,
right.
they're like feuding. They were the Kabuki Warriors still, right?
Yes.
Asuka and Kairi,
yeah.
And there was like a lot of instances where Bailey and Sasha would just beat the shit out of Kairi Sane and leave her in the back and all this stuff. And so I mean, it was kind of like alluding to that. They really didn't they'll probably bring it up, but on SmackDown they'll probably talk about the last time they met, blah blah blah. That's why Bailey had that look of horror on her face. But I kind of like where it's going because I think obviously it seems like they're gonna disperse the damage control teams. Might be like Dakota and Bailey versus Kyrie and Io at some point. Cause some dissension among the ranks. I don't know. I guess.
I don't like how they did this at the cost of Bianca. Like,
yes, that's the other. Yeah, that's the other side. Yeah,
that's not what I was really digging in. I don't know. Like, I'll say it. I don't really like the pairing of Kyrie and Io.
Yeah.
Like okay, we're gonna have the Asian women stick together. It feels a little, I don't know, stereotypical.
Yeah, that's I could see that.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm just I mean, it's been done before. Like, okay, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just boring. We'll see how they follow up with it, but I'm not really digging Io's title reign right now. I don't know. I think it's time to move on, and that would have been a perfect opportunity to do that. We'll see, but if she gonna keep squeaking out wins, I mean, you can't build her. This is the problem. It's dawning on me right now as we speak. She keeps squeaking out these wins. That's what's causing a weak title run, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if she can overcome and like really beat somebody truly, it reminds me a little bit of when The Miz held the WWE title the first time. He just kept squeaking by wins, squeaking by. That's not how you build a champion. It's not how you build a star.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just not a fan of the run, and I don't know. I really think. I mean, that was Bianca's time. I mean, we'll see how they follow up. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll light a fire under Bianca, and that's the way they kind of do it. But it gives me feelings of whenever Bianca and Becky had their feud a little bit too.
Yeah.
So, next match, Yawn City, Cody Rhodes first defeats Damian Priest.
Yeah. Not much. Not much to build upon there. Is obviously Cody was going to win. All the interferences, Jay comes out.
Right.
Judgment Day. The usual suspects show up,
And wrestling tonight, they brought this point up too. They said, is there too many interferences in, well, they brought up the fact there's probably a lot of interferences in wrestling in general, but
okay, I was going to say for people that watch AEW,
yes,
are you really complaining about interferences?
right? But I mean, like, is there? No, they did, like,
Yeah.
but they brought that up, but is that the same thing with, like, I mean, WWE's kind of the poster child of that, though. I mean, that's kind of what they do. I mean, quit being cowards.
It's too much.
Book a winner, man. Like,
literally every match,
they're just too scared to, like,
interference in
ruin
it.
somebody. Like,
yeah. Let me think. Yeah, the only matches that didn't have an interference was the women's match and the John Cena and Solo Sikoa match. I think everything else had interferences at some point.
right.
If you think about it. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's definitely too much. I can definitely agree with that.
I don't know.
It's stupid. And that match was like, could have been another Raw match. And it like Crown Jewel, like just comparing it to last year, it seemed more like a glorified like
House show
than it was like the spectacle that it was like with the big stage crown and all this stuff. It's like now I think it's like I know they had to change the setting because I guess there was like some impending rainstorms or downpours that they're gonna have. That's why it was like a dome over it too. So maybe they had to like kind of pivot.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so they did. I'm not sure if they domed that area because it looked like it was the same exact place that the Francis and Ngannou fight was at.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like upper deck areas. It was more like a spread out arena. Right. Everyone's on the lower, which I kind of like actually. I kind of like that idea. It's like it's spread out. No one's like in nosebleeds. You still actually have like a good view of it. But yeah, I don't know. Just we didn't need that match.
Final match, main event: Rowan versus LA Knight. I'm just gonna say this:
Fickle.
Is LA still the did he leave him in the desert? Is he still there? Like Roman said on SmackDown,
man,
you in the desert.
I think if there was a glass ceiling, LA Knight found it the other day.
Yeah.
Upper mid, baby. That's where you belong, pal.
Yeah, I think sometimes the fans think they know who to put in that spot. And 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know what to say, man. It's like wasn't a good match. We'll say that first. I mean, wasn't a good match.
They didn't gel well together. And let's say this, and this is something else I wanted to bring up with the Logan Paul. Even though he did good, like there is such a thing as ring rust. So I don't think you can necessarily put this all on LA Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Roman had a lot of ring rust going in this.
Yeah. Match. No, I was going to say, just overall the match. I didn't think the match was good. It wasn't.
And it makes me worried for Mania, to be honest with you, or whatever, Yeah. I mean, Roman needs to be out there. I get he's on this limited schedule. You want to make it special, but dude, come on. Like, get this freaking title off of him. Like, I'm done with it.
Yeah, so I never brought this to light. I was like kind of had this own like theory of mine about Roman and the time he's taken off. And I think it's personal, man. I think it's health oriented. We'll say
that's fine. But don't put the title on him. Don't
title
on him.
I know. I think it's more like at the beginning everything was fine, everything healthy as a horse, right? But like I just like have this weird feeling that like the time he's taking off has to do with him doing like, treatments and things like that, and him keeping himself healthy. Not so much like him doing movies, not him doing any side deals or side hustles. I think it's all for. I just think it's more physical than anything with him, and you can, it's you don't want to like you said, just take the belt off of this and end it already.
No, you got to
At the same
work.
time, it's like, how do you get out of this situation? LA Knight. He said it was cool with the catchphrases and the people chanting yeah and all that stuff, but you when you put him in the ring with like someone like Roman Reigns, it really shows the contrast in star power. Yeah, it wasn't a main event match for me anyway.
But I'm not good enough to call backlash.
Yeah, it was mainly like, I don't want to say it was Roman Reigns' like worst match since his title run, but like that was not a marquee main event match. No. And I think you could like definitely say that with like, with all intent and purpose. It was just not good.
Not good. LA Knight, he's not that guy, pal. But again, I think it takes two to tango. I think Roman had some ring rust too.
Yeah. And I really wish, they went the, mid-card route first and then build obviously you want to, you do the strike while the iron's hot thing, but like at the same time, it's a slow build. Like like not even like he doesn't have to win a main, like a mid-card title or anything like that. Just have him play the mid-card stuff.
They did do that, but I think they
not long enough.
Not long enough. That's it.
Look at Cody. Obviously, he had the kind of like that advantage because he came in, had his matches and stuff, got injured,
right?
And for that rest of that last of that year, and then he came back in Rumble, and then they had to do the whole underdog thing. But if he didn't get injured, the WrestleMania might have been a different outcome if they had that whole year build, him over the summer, him going through War Games and Survivor Series, him building all the way up to this. Telling you, WrestleMania would have had a different ending.
I think it's time to take the title off Roman. I think I would do it at Rumble.
Yeah. I don't think you can wait till
I would do it at Rumble.
But I posted in the Chick Foley group that like 300. It's probably less now. Actually, it's probably less now, but around 300 days he has to tie Hulk Hogan's record. The 1,400 days. Do they go another year?
No, please.
Do they do it where, is it something where like, now it's Triple H's WWE. He has to like kind of set his own records. Like Vince has his record set, like the Hogan, the Brunos, the Honky Tonk Man, all that stuff. But now Triple H is coming in and going, I want my now like we have to, it's like a kind of like a changing of the guard. Let's, not like break Hogan's record, but like get it close enough where it could go Hogan, Roman, or like Bruno, Hogan, Roman Reigns, maybe Seth Rollins. I don't see him losing it anytime soon either. I feel like he's on pace to like have like a long ass reign for some reason.
The numbers don't lie.
I don't know. It seems like the Triple H era is like just long title reigns.
Yeah.
For some reason. But,
well, let's quickly let's quickly dive into Survivor Series, and then we'll get on out of here. I know you got to get over to Chick Foley. So, but I just want to drop this. So obviously, if you watched Raw last night, they announced War Games. Love the passion from Adam Pearce there.
Yeah, that was good.
Regal 2.0. You want to play games? You want to play games? We gotta get that for a drop. You want to play games? So War Games could be 4-4. Interesting to note. We talked about Drew earlier. Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dom, Dirty Dom, and JD McDonough, the Texas Hammer.
Yeah,
going up against Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, kind of a who's who kind of group.
Raw main event, pretty much.
Raw main event, guys. Basically. Now, the question being, Drew McIntyre, does he join the Judgment Day? And if so, who would be the 5th member for the Raw main event, guys? Team Raw main event.
Yeah, I don't even know. That's
I think real quick, I think they should bring back the Team Visionaries. Let Seth Rollins be the main the leader of it. But anyways, go ahead.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. Do they keep it for, or do they play up the fact like, oh, we need a 5th member, and they
I think Drew will join. He'll be like an auxiliary member of the Judgment Day.
Like 5-on-4.
And I think maybe they'll do this thing where they're trying to find a 5th person. And they won't know until Survivor Series. And I think that person will be, I hear voices in my head.
Probably.
I think Randy will be involved in this somehow.
You don't think it will be, look in my eyes, what do you see?
I really don't. I really. I know the reports will be coming out more and more, but I really
Chicago,
don't.
It's
I know. I know.
Windy City.
Oh, I know. I
Windy
know where
City
it's going to be.
Comes and saves the day. No, I don't know. But yeah, I could see Randy returning at Survivor Series. That'd be pretty cool.
I am psyched it's not Raw versus SmackDown. So good job there.
Which I thought it was going to be, but I was wrong.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of like over like Cody fighting the Judgment Day.
I think this is the blow-off match.
But yeah, this is definitely blow-off. I think
this is after this. We're all done.
I am okay with it, so because it is a blow-off. So
I think they said it was the first time that Cody's going to be in a War Games match too.
Yeah, because he never was in Blood and Guts.
Yeah, so
of course,
he'd be his father's creation.
His papa made that. I like the poster too with him in the war paint too.
Yeah, he looks like Sting.
He does look like Sting. I promise you that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
he's a big Sting fan, so
he's like War Dust. That's
War
his
Dust.
new name. Dude, if they need to do a commercial where he pops out of like with the face paint on, like the camouflage face paint with a machine gun like Rambo, he's like, just that'd be sick, dude. Just Cody as Rambo. It'd be awesome. But yeah. You think he comes out dressed as Dusty with the cowboy boots and the denim with the cutoff shirt?
Oh yeah, he's gonna go Dusty. He's gonna go full Dusty.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, he's going full Dusty big time.
I think
he's gonna have a cowbell and all.
He's gonna give that speech like he did in AEW. He's like, I think this time around, instead of the American Nightmare, we bring back the American Dream. And
God!
For one night only,
don't
the
do
American Dream, Cody Rhodes.
Don't do it! No, don't do it, Cody. Anthony Ogogo becomes the 5th member.
Oh my God, no! Anthony Ogogo. Jeez.
Yikes. That was a yikes.
That was a fail.
That was a big fail. But that's okay. Yeah, I mean, any thoughts on Raw? Any other thoughts about it?
What do we get? We got to find out who Rhea's facing at Survivor Series.
Right.
Zoe Stark, yep.
And then the Miz is taking on
Gunther,
which is LOL to me.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And
at all.
then Miz randomly turning babyface. Like, when did this happen? I don't really understand that one. Like, just you had the Grayson Waller effect thing, which is Grayson Waller is Miz 2.0.
Pretty much.
Which I like Grayson. He's pretty entertaining, but and who was that cat? Abraham, the guy that came out.
Oh, the comedic actor, dude there. I forget his name.
Dude, I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, Yeah, nobody besides anybody, somebody in Saudi Arabia or the Middle East knew who that was. Okay.
Yeah, true. They should have said Vince come out or the Undertaker do a spot in there.
She just had Vlad, the superfan, come out.
Vlad the Superman. That would have been awesome.
He'd been over, pal. Over like Rover.
Yeah, that was that might have brought the show down a little bit.
Definitely did. Anyways. Is that it? Pretty much it?
I think that's it. Yeah, it's not a whole lot. Wasn't much on SmackDown. Obviously, we already talked about the War Games match, and then obviously that was a lead off of Sammy and Seth Rollins going at it, and for the World Championship.
Let's quickly do this here. Give me. Let's do. Bring it back old school match of the week. Try to bring this back more often.
Yeah. Match of the week. Are we including Crown Jewel too?
Yeah.
All right.
I was kind of just thinking, just do Crown Jewel. I mean, unless you have something else in mind.
No, definitely Seth Rollins again, but Seth and Drew.
Yeah, that's
great match of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
And him and Sammy was really good too, as well, before the shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but obviously the shenanigans happened.
Right.
They happened in both matches, but I'm going to give it to Drew and Seth because I think they really did a great job in ring.
Yep. I agree. All right.
Hey, yo.
Marco, what's going on in Chick Foley world?
Oh, we're recording another episode, probably like right after this, actually. So
Marco's pulling WWE.
Yeah, double duty. So Crown Jewel recap, figure talk, obviously, and all the fun stuff that the Chick Foley show likes to talk about. So other than that, obviously, new episode of The Goal Line is out. Get your football fixins. Listen to old Seth and Jordan talk a little bit of football.
I already put in my earballs.
Yeah. And then what else? New episode this week of Open Mic. Like I said, I was actually texting Seth earlier. I was like, I'm sitting on a bunch of interviews. Got to get these released. So got that going. So I'll have a new episode out this week. Just interviewed, I told you earlier, Sassy Sledgehammer. That should be out pretty soon. I put a lot, I think all the way up to Kyle Peterson is up on YouTube now. So
okay,
youtube.com/the MVP Marco. All the newer interviews, nothing old because they're not video, they're only audio. But any video interviews I did, they're all up to date and on YouTube now. So if you want to watch the video versions, come see some faces, some pretty faces, some ugly ones. Mostly the
I haven't
dudes.
been on recently, so
No, you haven't been on. No, definitely not. Definitely check it out. Yeah. So and obviously, chickfoley.com, join the Facebook group, follow all of us on Pod Foundation, follow us individually, show us love and appreciation.
Chick Foley Show, Extra Cooler, of course, Turnbuckle Tavern, and me, Coming Down the Aisle Pod Foundation, Coming Down the Aisle Pod.com. This past week, I just dropped an episode this morning. Check out the Cardinal, Nick Thompson.
Yeah, buddy.
This Friday, Miles, the Ultimate Miles, and I, we do our list where we do a top 10 of some subject. The subject this week will be top 10 Sean Waltman matches. So it encompasses 1, 2, 3 Kid, X-Pac, 6-Pac. Stick to mainly WWE, WCW era, 90s.
No social media matches?
No, nothing about China.
I got the 1, 2, 3 over Sean Waltman on Twitter a while back. So
yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
That you did.
It should be an honorable mention on the show.
You're the 1, 2, 3 Kid. You're the new 1, 2, 3 Kid.
I did the quick pin. 1, 2, 3. And I ran out.
Yeah. You 69 them off the top ropes. And,
yeah, you gave me that was, and then you talked about it on what do you call it?
Busted Open, huh?
Busted Open, yeah, it was funny.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
holy crap.
I forgot about that until you just mentioned that.
Hilarious.
And next week, guest will be Mr. Mike Bellcaster. We haven't recorded that yet, but he's confirmed. So we're going to be, well, actually, we'll be recording that Thursday where RAWDOWN used to be. So this is, again, like I said, the new home, new night for RAWDOWN, Tuesdays, 8, 9 Central, or excuse me, 9, 8 Central. Got my numbers backwards. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Tell your friends, tell your compadres. But real quick, let's roll on out of here. So we're gonna get Marco over. We don't want Chino getting mad at him. Make sure you head over to the turnbuckletavern.com. Let's just find the graphic here. The turnbuckletavern.com, where you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, Pro Wrestling Tees. Head over to prowrestlingtees.com/tavern. Of course, you can get all of your awesome t-shirts. Young Anthony, MVP Marco, Bonnie Shivani, Bunny Khan, RAWDOWN, Teespring. We're also on Teespring. Get the RAWDOWN. You can be a RAWDOWN champion, or you can be Mr. Backlash. And support us any way you can. It's free to do that. Make sure you like, subscribe each and every week. We would also appreciate that. You know, that goes also a long, long way. Slightly abbreviated show this week, but we'll be back full force next week. You know, we're kind of figuring this out. Actually, next week I'll be in Baton Rouge, be live from the hotel room. So hopefully they'll have good Wi-Fi. We'll see. But until next time.
Life sucks, and then you die.